Hello, race fans, and welcome to Disc Golf Daily, the podcast that gets you caught up with disc golf growth and news in just 10 minutes. Today's thought for the day: what makes an event a disc golf major, and can we do a better job picking them? More on that in a minute. Monday is Podium Day. We review how the players are doing. Tuesday is PDGA Growth Day. Wednesday is World Rankings Compilation, and Thursday is the UDisc Course Growth Day. Friday? Freeform Friday. We just talk about whatever it is we want to talk about. Before we get to our thoughts of the day, a couple quick news bits. The DGPT has announced their Q Series. It's a series of qualifying events that culminates in a Q Series finale, offering the top performers a chance to earn their 2025 DGPT Tour cards. Also up for grabs are some silver cards available for regular season Q Series champions. Competitors earn points across the Q Series events. The top 3 events count. This series acts as, according to the Pro Tour, a DGPT, quote, minor league, providing a pathway for local, regional, and emerging pros to secure their spot on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Excited to see this development. Links in the show notes. We're glad you're here. Buckle up and get ready to share Disc Golf Daily with a friend. And that friend could perhaps be Carter Langevin of Barre, Vermont. He is the newest PDGA member, PDGA number 278541. Now let's get to it. What is a disc golf major? Is it the same as a PDGA major? Should it be? Who gets to decide? The PDGA arbitrarily stating that a brand new event is now a PDGA major is fine for the PDGA, but that does not make it a disc golf major. Maple Hill, according to UDisc, is the #1 disc golf course in the world. This honor is a two-sided sword. It is great because we are recognized as the #1 course in the world. It is not so great because we are actually not the best course in the world. We are one of the most revered and beloved courses in the world because of our storied history, and we're also a pretty good disc golf track. People give us high ratings because they love us. Even though we are not actually the best course in the world, we are very proud to be in the conversation. I'll tell people that we're one of the premier courses. I tend not to say we're the best. Being in the conversation genuinely encourages us to spend more money on the course than we normally would. Because we want to maintain that spot in the conversation, we invest more time and money into Maple Hill. Imagine if we could do this for tournaments. That's what I want to talk about today. Traditionally, in individual sports, there are 4 majors. Why? Who knows? Who cares? That's just how it is. Guess how many PDGA majors there are? 10. Oh, actually 11 if you count the USDGC, which is an X major. Oh, actually 12 if you count College Nationals, which is also an X major. They're pretty much the same. The PDGA has 4 majors for amateurs, plus collegiates. They have Am Worlds, Am US Nationals, Am Juniors, Am Masters, and collegiates. They have 2 majors for the age-protected divisions, Pro Masters and US Masters. And then they have the 4 for open division for men and women, Champions Cup, European Open, Pro Worlds, US Women's, and USDGC. I got tired just listing those. So how many PDGA major champions were there in 2023? Take a guess. Actually, before you do that, how many do you think there were in tennis or golf? 8 max. I guarantee it. I don't even have to go look it up. PDGA major champions? 87, not counting the collegiate team champs. If you do that, we're over 100. The PDGA is rightly concerned about their members. Defining events as PDGA majors is a good thing to do. The PDGA wants to crown their best juniors, their best AMs, their best age-protected players, and the best pros. It's their right, it's their prerogative, it's good for their members, of which I am one. Maybe someday I'll be a PDGA major champion, if I just get old enough. But are PDGA majors and disc golf majors the same? Should they be? I would argue no. Disc golf majors are the events we hold up to the non-disc golf world as special and elite. These are the best players at the best tracks, at the best events. These are where new spectators should go. These are where the reporters should go. No offense, but the winner of the 50 and over amateur division does not need to be celebrated in the newspaper as a disc golf major champion. That is not going to excite anyone except their friends and family. However, naming someone the world champion or the U.S. Open champion, yeah, that gets people excited. People will read that article and say, hey, they're from my hometown or they're from my state. If the plumber down the street beats 9 other people and is crowned a PDGA Major champion, sorry, I don't think most people care. It is time to create disc golf majors that are separate from the PDGA Majors. Imagine a world where the 4 disc golf majors are known to be the best 4 events. We need a disc golf major committee to make the decisions as to what events are disc golf majors. PDGA majors serve the PDGA and its members. Disc golf majors need to serve disc golf and the potentially interested public. Now imagine a world where we could have 4 disc golf majors distinct from the PDGA majors while encouraging our top-tier events to invest and grow the sport and themselves. Here's what I propose. Like all sports, it just feels like we should have 4 disc golf majors. So let's go with this. We need to set up a committee to decide what our disc golf majors will be. The first question is, who should be on this committee? The second question will be, how should they do their job? The committee is initially made up of 2 representatives from the 5 organizations. The PDGA, the governing body of our sport, the Pro Tour, who runs the premier Pro Tour and has all the spectator attendance numbers, UDisc, which has the course quality and popularity data and is really good at making mathematical models, the elite event TDs, who know what it takes to make a great event, and the players, who are the face of professional disc golf and need to be a part of the decision. If one of these groups decides not to send anyone, that's their prerogative. The committee can look into inviting them in the future. The Disc Golf Majors Committee's jobs are to develop the metrics and the weight of the metrics for measuring event quality. They announce the Disc Golf Majors for the next 5 seasons. They develop a method by which committee members are chosen going forward, and they track event quality and put out the top 100 events list annually. Once this is defined, the committee will announce what the 4 men's and women's disc golf majors will be. These events would be disc golf majors for 5 years. Winning all 4 of these events would be the Disc Golf Grand Slam. After each season, the Disc Golf Major Committee would get together and put together the annual Top 100 Events in Disc Golf report. The compilation of these reports will serve as the basis for the determination of the next Disc Golf Majors. This list of the top 100 events would also be useful for the Pro Tour when they're deciding what events should move up and what events should be relegated. In practical terms, how would this work? This year, the committee would decide how we rate tournaments. They would also decide what the top 4 events are based on that rating system. Those events would then be our disc golf majors for 5 years, namely 2025 to 2029. After each season, the Disc Golf Major Committee would put together their annual list of the top 100 events. In the off-season between 2028 and 2029, the Disc Golf Major Committee would announce what the new disc golf majors will be for the years 2030 to 2034. Now, I would go ahead and give a couple caveats. In my opinion, the top 2 majors should stay majors, just to maintain continuity. The bottom 2 majors would be subject to being replaced with better events. If the bottom 2 majors are the next best rated events, then they stay disc golf majors. Events would strive to become disc golf majors. Payouts, spectator amenities, infrastructure investment, they would all increase. There would be a legitimate competition between events to become one of the best, to become a disc golf major. The top level events of the sport would be pushed to new heights even faster. Can you imagine what Nate Heinold would do at Ledgestone? How about Smugs in the GMC? Do you think Paul Macbeth would push the Chess.com Invitational even higher if it had a chance to become a major? We have a myriad of ways of rating players, and they do everything they can to get as high up those ratings as possible. UDisc has created the same thing for courses, and courses now work really hard to get as high up as possible. We can use the disc golf majors and do the same thing with events. Let's utilize the disc golf majors to incentivize events and push this sport forward as fast as we can. It's time to form a disc golf major committee. Please email us at discgolfdaily@aol.com. Have a great day, throw 'em straight, and hit the thin gap.